Sell my home in 2022. That's what we're going to talk about today. Before we get into all that, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff we got to throw out there. But I'm going to go ahead and just share my screen and get right into this and walk you through how to sell your house and then how we sell houses. So first thing is, if you go to our website, www.wichitahomehero.com, you can see here, if you go to the top page of sell, if you ever need to see this again, I'll kind of walk you through it. So this is kind of your standard 12-step home selling process as far as everything that goes on in the transaction. As far as like getting pictures, signing documents, receiving, negotiating offers, multiple offers, inspection, closing, whatnot, that kind of thing. So that'll walk you through kind of the standard process. If you want to go check that out on our website, what sets us apart is our professional process of how we do this. And I'll kind of walk you through how this whole experience is going to go. So let me get some of these things out of the way first. So the first one is we go off of, pricing. So when you say, hey, I want to sell my house, here's the address. We do kind of a two-step process. When we first come out, we're not there to sign paperwork. We're just there to put options and a game plan together. We're not there to like push you into agreement or pressure you or force you to do anything. We just want to give you options to consider for this strategic move you're looking at doing. So if you have any hesitation or concern about us like pushing you, pressuring you, or anything like that, that is not how we handle things. We are aggressive and direct in the situations where we need to for you, but not against you and to you. So I just want to put that out there as a precursor as you're watching this video. So the first thing we do is what we call a pre-listing appointment. You give us address, we'll pull our market data. What are the comps? What's going on in the area? See what we can find out about it from a distance at first, and kind of have an idea of where we're going to price it or what number we should recommend you when we get out there. Because at the end of the day, like, we don't set the price. We take the market data and help you interpret it, and you set the price for where you want to price your house. Because I'll be honest, I'll list it at any price, because our job is not necessarily to say, here's where it's going to sell, like a genie with the magic ball that says, here's exactly what it's going to sell. Our job is to market and advertise it, get you showings, get you feedback, generate leads, provide an awesome marketing and sales process, which we'll get into here in a sec what we do. But as far as the price, it's whatever the market is willing to pay for your house is what it's worth. If you get buyer and seller agree on it, that's what it's worth. Now, we use our data and our tools and our analysis to help you decide where you want to price your house in the market and where you want to position it in the market based on your situation, your activity. This is where we'll pull comps on it, and we'll kind of show you how this works from an appraisal standpoint and a buyer standpoint, where they break it down to we break it down to in your neighborhood, not all of Wichita or the whole like area. It's like just your neighborhood. And really all you need is 3 to 6 comps to get enough market data to figure out where to price your property at. But once we have all that, we kind of look at in your neighborhood, what is the general like prices of the area going for around here. Then they break it down from like a price per square foot perspective. That's how like you price out a 800 square foot house compared to a 1200 square foot house, because 400 square feet's a big difference. It makes a different significant impact on, like, let's say they're both at $100 a square foot. That's $80,000 or $120,000, which is much, much different. So that's where, to try to make it more uniform and make sense of it, we break it down on a price per square foot level. Then they look at bedrooms, bathrooms, garage size. Then they look at condition, and then they look at finishes. Condition as in just how well kept is it, and then finishes is how updated is it. So finishes, updates, remodeling doesn't have as significant of an impact on the price of your home, because usually what people have spent to put into it, they don't get back out of it. So just because you overfixed your house or it's really nice doesn't mean it's necessarily going to sell for more than what the market's showing and the market prices are for the area on like a price per square foot level. So they do kind of weight it, in that order of preference on everything. So we're going to come out and deliver a lot of that data for you. And typically when we show up at your house, we'll do a little tour, walk around the house real quick, maybe takes 5-10 minutes. So we'll sit down at the kitchen table and I'll kind of go over this process again as a refresher and be like, okay, here's what the market data says, show it to you, email it to you, send it to you right then and there. And then kind of go over our game plan for here's our process for how we launch, and then be like, okay, when do you think you want us to do all this? Is this what you're looking for? Whatever other questions you concern. So that gives you an idea of like what our process looks like ahead of time. So if you have us out, you don't have to feel concern about us pushing pressure in or anything like that. You're just going to have options and a game plan when we get done, and then you tell us go later at that point. So once we have the price figured out, let's say you want to price it at like 200,000. We know that's the number we're going to be asking. From there, you give us a launch date. We launch them on Wednesdays. We allow showings on Friday. We do showings Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open house Sunday, and then typically by Monday, we have multiple offers where we're making a decision on them. Now, in order to have all that done, we have to have professional media out there at least by Monday to launch it on Wednesday. And I say professional media because depending on the house and the situation, you know, we have a full media and marketing team where we'll do pictures, we'll do drone shots, 3D tours, video, and all that. And that's kind of our biggest thing that we do above and beyond everyone else is we provide luxury style, luxury high-end media and marketing for all of our things because we not only do we have a marketing budget, but we're also willing to spend that type of money to get our name out there, get your listing out there, and it just works so much better. So it's way more than a for sale sign and just posting on the MLS. We take our digital marketing skills and really like flex those out here. And this is like an hour by hour, day by day thing. So like when we launch it on Wednesday, we do a marketing hold where we do showings Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That makes it the most convenient for you. So you're only displaced from your house for a weekend. We also don't sell it like first day or second day because we feel like that's too fast. You want to kind of draw this out, but not too long. So we sell them in about that 3 to 5 day window period. So it gives it enough time to give everybody a chance, but you're not dragging this thing out either. So Wednesdays when it goes on the market, all of our digital marketing campaigns get kicked in. We get everything set up. Showings go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do the open house Sunday 2 to 4. We don't just do this just to get buyer leads out of it. We do it to solicit feedback on what people thought about the house, what they didn't think about the house. Do you think it's fairly priced? Do we need to adjust? And then we relay that feedback to the seller. We also see that buyers that came and saw it Friday and Saturday will come see it again Sunday to either up their offer, affirm their offer, what have you. It's another opportunity for them to see it and really decide this is the one they want. So that's kind of our thought process behind the strategy we do. And that gives you an idea of how we do marketing launches when it comes to selling your house, and the way you launch it is how well this goes, because you'll see the online activity and the showing activity spike, and then a lot of times you don't get a second chance. Like people don't come back around. They've written it off, they bought another house, they've gone elsewhere. And so launching these appropriately is more critical than ever. All that. So, and that's where launch day happens on step 3. We kick all these things into place. We set it off. We blast it everywhere. We start our ad campaigns. We start working all the leads and the marketing and sales process. And that's a big piece of what we do is we actively go to sell your listing. We don't just put on the MLS, be like, oh, I hope somebody brings a buyer. We're actively working to sell it. And in a lot of ways, bring a buyer ourselves and find a buyer ourselves to hopefully do a deal just in-house with it all. So that's where we're very proactive and going above and beyond on our listings. And then when it does come to offer negotiation, this is where like the last one we did had 10 offers and we were negotiating them, you know, getting them to pit against each other back and forth about what's best, this, that, what have you. And that's where like our bulldog strong negotiating tactics work really well. And this is also where step 6 comes in from a protection standpoint. Whenever there's an inspection period, the appraisal, any of these situations where, you know, quote unquote, shit hits the fan, how well does your agent, you know, handle those problems, come up with the solutions? And that's where I hate to market and advertise that we're good at keeping deals together, because I don't want to necessarily deal with all the hard deals, but when the hard stuff happens and comes up, we know how to handle it and how to, you know, manage the situation on everything. So this gives you an idea of like how to sell your house in Wichita, not only from a generalized standpoint, but obviously how we do it from a marketing standpoint, what sets us apart from every other realtor out there. We do charge 6% for this. There are other companies who charge 7 to 8% for a similar style of a luxury launch listing like this. Auction companies charge 10%, and we have a similar effect to auctions because this is kind of like an auction situation where you got your 3 days to look at it. The asking price is the minimum amount we'll ask, but then anybody can pay more than that, obviously, if they want to. But this is how we kind of do an auction style of launch, listing launch. We charge 6%. We know there's other people that charge 4 or 5%. They don't do anywhere near this, and I'm glad they do charge that because that's probably what they're worth, but they don't actually net you the most amount of money in the long run. So I do want to address all those things. Obviously, if you go for sale by owner, these are all the things you couldn't do on your own. That is an option to go for sale by owner, but you typically for sale by owners end up netting 12% less. So paying our 6% fee is actually way cheaper than FSBO, where you net 12% less. So FSBO is actually the most expensive way to do it, even though you feel like you're saving money with not paying a realtor. You're leaving a lot of money off the table and you didn't make as much profit. So with us is the most profitable way to do it. You know, we're not the cheapest, we're not the most expensive either with auction. We're the middle of the road value for what we charge. So a lot of ways, like you already know everything that's going to happen from this video. It's just a matter of when you need us, how you want us to do it, sorting out your particular situation. But hopefully this has helped you learn a little bit more how to sell your Wichita, Kansas home. Obviously there's some more things in here if you want to dig into it, but this is generally the overview process we'd be doing if you had us out. And this should help you get a little bit better idea of how do I sell my Wichita, Kansas home in 2022 for the most amount of money with Team Home Hero. You know, if this is something that resonates with you and what you're looking for, you can always sign up on my website, reach out to me, shoot me a message on Facebook, Instagram. My phone number's on my Facebook profile. Plenty of ways to get a hold of me if this is something you're interested in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Appreciate you guys watching as always. Thanks for the support, and hopefully we'll talk with you later. See ya.